Hello, this is a video about how to create public links to template boards in Miro when you have an educational account. This may not be the best way of doing this, but most of the help online is about how to do this for business or company accounts. So this is the best way I've found to do it within an educational account. So this is a board that I've created. I'm just going to use it as a test case. And the first thing I do is to go up here and I export the board. So I click Save Board as Template. Now, the reason I do this is because that way I know, even if I make a mistake and edit my master board by mistake, I've always got a template that I can go back to. So once you're happy with the final version of it, I would recommend saving it as a template because that means you can always recreate it from scratch whenever you need to. So I've saved it as a template and I've clicked personal so that only I can see this. You can share it within Teams, but with an educational account, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of make a public version of that. So that's step one. Then the second thing to do is to then create a new copy of a board with using this template. Right, this is my home, so I'm going to click New Board. I'm just going to call it Test Public Board. I'm going to create, and then what should pop up, it like happens every time you do a new Miro board, is the templates. So here I've got, because I've used templates before, it appears in this list. If it doesn't appear here, you can just search by the name you gave the template. So I'm going to use this template board. It loads, and there's all the stuff. So this is a completely different instantiation of the same content. Then what I'm going to do is go up here, and I've given it a name already. What you'd want to do if it's public facing is you would want to give this a description so that the people seeing it know what they're looking at. So I would just write something like Critical Thinking Workshop Cards. What I'd also recommend doing is making a thumbnail with the most kind of obvious indicative content of your board. So I'll just do that, apply as thumbnail. And then it should change here in a sec. Yes, there we go. Then you can just click out of that and it's saved it. The other thing I'm going to do is save a board start view, because what I find with Miro is that quite often it starts the view with loads of, like, in an empty space, so your users might think the board was empty. So I'm going to set the start view. It's selected everything on the board. That's fine on this occasion. Okay, now here's the important bit. So you go to Share. You set this to anyone with the link can view. Then there's a second step. You go into Shared Settings. And under this one here, Permissions, you say who can copy board content? Anyone with board access. Okay, what this means is that anyone I give the link to cannot edit this board, but they can make a copy for their own use. And that's what I want. So it keeps the board nice and fixed and like a template, but then they can edit whatever they want once it's copied over to their Miro account. So then you click Done, and then the last step is just to click on Share Copy Board Link, and then you just share it with whoever you want. I hope this was helpful.